One of my favorite things that we do is the recognition that we give each other. It's very plentiful. We've got star player awards and kudos. So if someone's doing a really good job, we can nominate them for a star player award. And it doesn't just have to be coming from management or the senior team. It can be me nominating someone else, saying that you're doing an awesome job and just giving that recognition there.
Welcome to Actualizing Success. In this podcast series, our in-house advisors discuss today's finance and technology topics with an emphasis on solutions that embrace tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Theresa Santoro, Director of HR and Operations at Actualize Consulting, and I am here today joined by my two amazing colleagues, Alli, Twitchell, and Joseph Lamothe, both senior consultants at Actualize Consulting in separate practice groups, so they don't even know each other very well. So this is a great podcast because all three of us are from different areas of the firm, all to here today to talk about how gratitude is conveyed at Actualize Consulting and also just the general gratitude to stay grounded. With the month of November, this is something that we are very passionate about. Gratitude is something at Actualize that we, talk about year round. However, the month of November, it's a very big focus for us. So Alli and Joseph, thank you so much for joining me today and for joining the podcast as well. So I want to share over the years that we've had, again, a focus on gratitude within the firm. And personally, I know that I have, used that focus and also incorporated gratitude into my own life as well, not just professionally, but also personally. I find gratitude to be more of a self-healing technique when we have thoughts of doubt or we are feeling insecure about things. It brings us back to feeling joyful again. It kind of brings us full circle and brings us back to happiness and feeling good again. Whether you're giving gratitude or receiving gratitude, there's just that joyful feeling that you get again. And I can attest to that because I've used it to do just that. So again, going back to personal and professional, I use it in both types of relationships with other people in my life. And it's very powerful when we're telling someone why you are grateful for them, their presence, you're grateful for the relationship that you have with them. It just brings joy any way you look at it. But sometimes it's easy to forget to stay grounded with gratitude. And sometimes we forget it's important to give gratitude to your team or the importance of receiving gratitude in return, especially in times of transition or dealing with any type of challenges. And we know we all face challenges at any given time of the year. We will sometimes forget how to stay grounded. So that's the focus of this chat today. And oddly enough, during these times of discomfort or uncertainty or dealing with these challenges in our life, it's probably when we really need to pivot and focus back to gratitude the most. So we're going to talk about all of that today. I wanted to share an ancient Zen proverb that I just love. And I have sometimes seen it, on wall hangings or keychains. It is it is a saying that says, let go or be dragged. And I always think about that when I'm thinking about gratitude, because gratitude allows yourself to kind of shed what no longer serves you, whether they are thoughts, whether that is a habit that you want to get rid of, or even people in your life. So think about that. Let go or be dragged. So today we'll talk about strategies to bring more gratitude to yourself, to your teams, and to give everyone and outsiders an inside look into how Actualize shares gratitude and some of our favorite gratitude practices and events here at the firm. I think it's important to talk about it. It's an immensely important topic that is just on the forefront of our brains, especially in November. So I'll go first, and I wanted to share, at Actualize, we organize ways for our teams to come together. We have, again, Alli and Joseph being from different parts of the firm and myself, even being from a third part of the firm, we like to get our teams to come together and give back, all throughout the year, not just during the month of November, and that's to ensure we offer various options and different levels of ways of giving back so that everyone can find a way that works for them, right? Not just in the month of November. So that's just an excellent strategy as well. So not everyone feels pressure to participate, or sometimes, one event doesn't work out for an employee, and that way everyone can participate in one way or another. So I wanted to share two amazing ways, because you know me, I can't just pinpoint one, and I am somewhat long-winded. So I wanted to share two events that I really enjoy myself. And, then I certainly want to hear from Joseph and Alli what their favorites are as well. But we just went through the month of September, which was Alex's Million Mile. And that was a way that we were able to give back as an entire organization. And I think first and foremost, that's probably one of the very reasons why it is my favorite, is because everyone gets involved and it's team-based. And I love that as well. For those of you who don't know, Alex's Million Mile is one that we've been participating in as a firm since 2017. So this is our 5th year running, and our most successful firm. I will throw that out there as well. But what I love about it, again, is that it's team driven. There's such a sense of healthy competition, felt by all of our employees in this challenge. We also get to work together with a blend of colleagues. We mix the practice groups up. So all of the teams are people from different practice groups working together that, typically wouldn't get to work together in a normal setting. And these teams are able to get together on virtual chats, have team lunches on video, and they track and share their progress with each other. And this is all for the very best cause, supporting research for childhood cancer. And that's what Alex's Million Mile is about. It truly encompasses everything that I am grateful for in one event. I mean, just going back to mixing the practice groups and having it be teamed based, and then also, supporting such a great cause. I can't think of a better way to stay grounded in the month of September every single year. And it's a whole month. So it's 30 days of so much fun, getting to chat and hang out with people that you don't normally get to. And I really love that about that event. And then the second one that sparks, a sense of gratitude and giving back in me is the Doe Fund. And that's an event that we've been participating in for years as well. And the Doe Fund is a nonprofit organization in the US that provides paid transitional work, housing, educational opportunities, counseling, and career training to people with histories of homelessness, incarceration, and substance abuse. So for several years, we've been working with the Doe Fund, and they're an amazing organization. We love working with them, and hearing their stories and having them share their aspirations, and working together with them to ensure that we can help them with some tools to put themselves back in front of prospective employers. And then ultimately hearing, if they've received a position, a paid position, which is ultimately the end goal. So what we do is we help them with interviewing skills, with resume writing, things like that, that really help these gentlemen, re-enter the workforce out into the world. And as a recruiter at Actualize, I know that helping them is exactly, where I should be. It's something that I can do and that I'm good at and that I should be sharing. And it's a tool that I can help give to others. And it sparks my soul. I can't tell you, in a way that I just cannot even verbally describe. It just really is something that makes me feel so good about sharing. And I'm so grateful, to Actualize for the opportunity to do this, a couple times a year at least. And again, we've been doing it for several years. So I'm really grateful to our leadership team who found that organization to work with. So enough about me, Alli and Joseph. Now you know my two favorite events throughout the year. I want to hear from both of you. Joseph, I think you've been here a little bit longer than Alli now. I think you started with us back in 2020. What has been your favorite giving back activity that you've been a part of? And tell us all about it.
Yeah, that's a tough question, because here at Actualize, we do have many events that we're able to actually practice this gratitude within the company. But I would have to say one of my favorite events of this year was for those who hit their 5 to 10 year work anniversaries at Actualize. And in showing gratitude, Actualize put together a Jamboard of pictures that our colleagues were able to actually go in and comment on for those employees that hit their respective work anniversaries. And it was just awesome to be able to reflect on all the great pictures and the kind regards we had for some of our key pillars here at Actualize. But also it did spark some conversation, because as I was talking to those who hit these work anniversaries, just being able to connect with them and talk about, the stories behind the pictures and where was this taking place. And you really, as I did so, it really brought a sense of, wow, Actualize really does view gratitude as a major part of how we conduct our business on a day-to-day basis. So
true.
yeah.
I love that. And I love, okay, so two learning things here, right? So I love Jamboards. I think it was Carrie who discovered the Jamboard when we first got it, integrated with our Google platform. And it's just such an easy tool that we already have in place, and it's so easy to use. So another good tip, for those who are listening to this podcast, trying to think of ways that they can incorporate gratitude into their organizations or with their teams, look at the tools that you already have in place, because we had that in place. And I think, like I said, I think Carrie had found it and just brought it to the forefront. We've been using it even weekly as a tool internally with our internal team, sharing gratitude. And the event that you're talking about, it awesome to see how many people actually participated in that?
It was fantastic. Though
I
it felt
found
like
myself
everybody had
going
a
back.
stake in there. Yeah, so did I. I looked at it, a few weeks after the fact, and I was like, wow. I mean, just the amount of participation around the company was fantastic to see.
Yes, I agree. And it makes me grateful to work where people truly, care enough about each other to like throw something up there and say something about you. And, they have the passion of, toward gratitude that we have as well. And it's just such a great way to let someone know, hey, you're doing a great job and I'm grateful for you. And I'm really grateful to work with you.
Right.
And I just love that we have such a team that I feel like everyone values that. It's just something that we're so fortunate to have. So how about you, Alli? Same question for you. You've been here just a little bit, less time than Joseph. You joined us in 2021. What's been something that's been your favorite event that you can share with us as well?
I think that for this, I'd go back to starting where before I interviewed even, or before I even applied, I read Carrie's book, Gratitude Infusion, and just thought it was amazing. It blew me away. I was like, I want to work somewhere that believes in this. If that's actually is how they function, that's unreal. So it's been a cool journey getting to see it in play.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things that we do is the recognition that we give each other. It's very plentiful. We've got star player awards and kudos. So if someone's doing a really good job, we can nominate them for a star player award. And it doesn't just have to be coming from management or the senior team. It can be me nominating someone else, saying that you're doing an awesome job and just giving that recognition there. And if there's emails that people are sending that are saying how good someone's doing or appreciating them, then it gets put in the newsletter. And we're just very transparent and welcome all of the gratitude that anyone can give. It also, like for me, I'm the kind of person that will stress about how good I'm doing and work myself to death trying to make people happy. So it's kind of allowed me to relax a little bit in that sense, because I know where I stand. I know that when I'm doing a good job, people tell me, and so I can not stress about that. And it's one
that's
less
a
thing
great
to stress
point.
about in my day.
Excellent point.
Another thing that I really appreciate is that I have two little kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old, and the 5-year-old just started kindergarten this year. And Actualize does a good job of just hiring the right people and then just trusting them to do their job. So I was able to book time off in the morning so that I could pick him up and drop him off at the end of the day, because he really wanted me to do that. And Actualize was flexible enough to be like, oh, sure, just do stuff later on. Like, it doesn't matter when you do it. And so they really do a good job of work-life balance and making sure that you can still be involved in your kids' lives and work full time, and encouraging that. And even things like when I when I took a week off, they kicked me out of all the Google groups, so I couldn't even try and work if I wanted to, which I really appreciated because I would have been that person trying to work.
That is so funny. That is great. I love that. And that's so true. I mean, it's like, I don't know if the two things are different. Is our culture different than gratitude? Because it's like those two things are so intertwined. It really is such a basis of our culture here at the firm. It's so important. And like you said, Alli, and this is a really, really good point too. I mean, it doesn't just have to come from leadership or management. It's not about your manager telling you did a great job. It could be Joseph telling Alli, you did a great job on this podcast, or vice versa. I mean, there's so many different ways to show gratitude, and it doesn't have to come from the top. It can be lateral, and we encourage that. We solicit that, and it blends into our culture and who we are as an organization. I love that. And I love that you got kicked out of the Google group even more. I think that's hilarious. And I'm proud of whoever did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, again, just to your point too, of, having children and encouraging, having an organization who encourages you to work full time and be a mom. And, we really do trust you. We brought you on board for a reason, and we trust you. We don't really mind when the work gets done. We trust you to get your work done. And we know that's the type of employee that you'll be for the firm. So that's another piece of the culture. And I'm really grateful for that as well. And I can tell you, I started here when my daughter was 2 and she's now 19. So I haven't missed a single thing with her. And I am super grateful for that. So, I just wanted to thank you both for sharing all of that, because I think they're excellent examples of, showing gratitude, ways that people can learn, to share gratitude within their own organizations, and with their own employees. And I'm so grateful that the both of you are here to share in this podcast with me, because I couldn't do it alone. And I'm also grateful for an organization that values both the concept of giving back to communities and the gratitude that comes from that, and also soliciting its employees to give back through things like this, like podcasts, and be heard. I mean, it's just so incredible, and I'm really grateful for that. And I can't imagine working where I did not feel gratitude from my workplace. It's really important to me, so I'm really grateful for that as well. In closing, I just wanted to say, thank you to you both, and always remembering who is grateful for you, and in turn, who you are grateful for, allows you to want to work harder for, both your personal and your professional lives. And I think that's exactly what we've talked about here with Actualize Consulting. Anything else, you guys?
Thank you for having me on, and look forward to continuing showing gratitude here at Actualize.
Likewise.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's awesome.
Thanks for joining us for today's episode of Actualizing Success. Make sure to visit us online at www.actualizeconsulting.com, where you can explore our service offerings. Don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes, Spotify, or your preferred platform. If you've enjoyed what we talked about today, please consider leaving a review and following us on LinkedIn. If you have any questions or would like to share your opinions with us, please send us a note at podcast@actualizeconsulting.com. We look forward to hearing from you.